and welcome to an Everyday Canines video. In this series on proofing your round the backs or push rounds, I'm going to look today at what you want from your push round. So whether I call it a round the back, a push round, a backside of jump, we understand from our intro we want the dog to go to the back of the jump and then take the pole. How do we want to achieve that is another question. I see a lot of handlers, they are heavily reliant on their body to achieve this behaviour. What do I mean by that? Well, if my dog is coming to this jump, I want them to go around the back of that wing. If I get in the dog's way and push them like this, which is why it's called a push round at times, obviously because I've cut into my dog's line and blocked this, the natural line for the dog now is to push round the back because I'm blocking this. I'm like a barrier. So they haven't really got any other option. And that's how a lot of handlers and how it was originally taught. How I was taught, you get in the dog's face, you really block them so they can't take this line. I mean, they could still do it if they really wanted to slice you up, but you've usually done training as well. This means they aren't going to do that. So that's how you traditionally do a push round, and a lot of handlers will still do that. They will have to race their dog to get somewhere, really get in that dog's face and get round there. That's fine if you are able to get to where you need to be. But as the courses are getting bigger, there are less options for a handler, even a fast handler, to do that. Judges are starting to deliberately set up things where handlers simply can't get to where they need to be to do things like that. Doing it because they want to test whether your dog actually has an understanding of this skill, or whether it's just a case that because they've got no other option, they have to do that. I'd argue if your dog can do a round the back when you get in their face like this, okay, they're doing a round the back, but they don't actually fully understand what a round the back is. So then there's your middle ground, where your handler who they don't have to really push in the face. The dog has got some understanding what round the back is, but you still have to be near the jump. You perhaps have to be, so the dog could be coming here, they can have an option, and if you push in, not completely in the way, they will go out. But you still have to do that movement to cue it. You still have to have a physical cue to get the dog to do it. So at this point, the dog has some understanding, because they are understanding that when you do that cue, there's an option there for me to take the jump straight on, but I shouldn't do it. That's fine if you can get places, and a lot of handlers will get by with something like that and will say, yeah, my dog knows how to do around the back. As long as I'm roughly here, if I stand here and I push, my dog will do the round the back. The problem comes, again, if you can't get there. There are always going to be situations, even with fast handlers, where you go, oh, look what they've designed for us. It's a really fast line, they want around the back there. The odds of me getting there are unlikely. Or if having to get to the round the back means you cannot then handle something further along that you would have liked to have handled if you could have sent this distance. My ideal, coming from a distance handler and taking up a challenge of wanting my dogs to be more in their verbals than physical and being able to really step back, my ideal would be that I'm nowhere near this jump and I can ask my dog from here with no arms, just if I stand here, to go around the back of that jump. I'll show you what that looks like with Swift. Swift, ready? Push, push, push. Good girl, well done. So my dog can do that without me getting in their face. I would argue that actually I'm still giving some physical cue because I was facing the right way. So in an ideal world, I would be able to stand like this and get it there. But that's where I want to go with this. Now, if you're still at the stage where you have to get in your dog's face, that's okay, because in the next episode, I'm going to show you how we can move this on and start building that independence. We can always get there. If we have some basic understanding, we can always build on that and get there to full independence. So that's an understanding of what we want from our round the backs and what yours might look like now and where we're going to progress to. I hope you've enjoyed this Everyday Canines video, and if you have, you might subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram, and I hope to see you all again very, very soon.